back in the rinks here in Hall Park, New York. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. The Stony Brook Seawolves will take on University of Buffalo Ice Bulls for Game 2. Last night the Seawolves victorious on a 3-2 win, and we're looking forward to another good game today, Leah, sorry. Erin's the ice girl there. I apologize for that.
That's all right.
But anyway, teams will be hitting the ice real soon. Let's just talk real quickly about the starters for the Seawolves in today's game. They'll be starting with Ryan Dureski, number 91 at center, Wesley Hawkins on wing, number 14, and Sam Brewster, number 25, on wing. Starting defense will be Kevin Cavanaugh and Alex Miller, who made their debut last night, and played very well, very confident. They looked good together as a tandem, and talked to Coach Colin Brunstad, the defensive coach for the Seawolves, and he echoed the same sentiments. He felt that they played very, very good heads-up hockey, confident, and made the right plays. Very little mistakes last night, and very confident they can come back and be that starting pairing for today. For the Buffalo squad, I believe they'll be going with the same lineup. I didn't get a chance to talk to the coach too much, other than just getting his opinions of what he thought of the game last night. He felt that some of the calls were not as lenient to their side, as they did not have any power play opportunities, but I thought the officiating last night's game was pretty good. I didn't see really too much wrong with it. The game had good flow, and the results of the game, it was a close game, and it was kept very well intact.
Yeah, and I think this game's definitely going to mirror last night's grittiness and fast pace, because like Coach Garofalo said last night after the game, Buffalo didn't travel 9 hours just to come down here to lose.
Yeah,
so they're definitely going to come out hard, and having learned from their mistakes and having had what we're assuming, better night's rest, that they were able to get back to their hotel and be a little more refreshed.
Absolutely, absolutely. And our officials have taken the ice. It's and Mr. Cahill, former hockey player with our producer here, is going to actually be the head official. We have MD back as a linesman, who was there last night, as well as Woodman. So we've got Cahill as the ref, and Woodman and MD as the linesman. The teams are getting ready to hit the ice very soon, and we'll be getting underway very shortly. Again, feel free to tweet anything that you want to tweet to Andy. That's AVMags, hashtag AVMags, and send your tweets to us.
And if you are on Instagram and at the game, there's an Instagram account. You can take some photos of being in the stands or on the ice and tag at SBU Ice Hockey, and we'll get those up.
Very good, very good. We also have the Stony Brook, I don't want to call it the marching band, but I call it the pep rally band, or you call it the band that goes to all the events, I guess the football games and all that, and they're here today, down in the corner. You'll be hearing them in the background, I'm sure.
And today's game is sponsored by Bon Appetito, located right down Terry Road. There's also a fundraiser going on today. Donations will be made to the Stony Brook Children's Hospital.
And now making their way to the ice,
All right, we're going to send it down to Jim Maritano, who will be giving the starting lineup. The Seawolves hit the ice.
And now to introduce the starting lineups. For Buffalo, number 2, defenseman Sean Duncan.
Sean Duncan, number 2 on D for Buffalo.
John Haynes.
And John Haynes on defense.
Michael Schallberg.
Michael Schallberg.
Number 17, Tim Benner.
Tim Benner, number 17.
Number 18, Brendan Robinson.
And Brendan Robinson, number 18. That's the starting lineup.
Number 30, Stephen.
Actually, Stephen Palmer will be playing goal today for Buffalo. And Irwin is the backup. Number 52 defenseman Kevin Cavanaugh. Number 55 Alex Miller, defenseman. Leslie Hawkins, number 14 at forward. Sam Brewster, number 25. Forward. 91, Nick Doreski in the center. And goal. Derek Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that the spectators please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
All right, getting set for the dropping of the puck. It'll be Doreski on the draw against Schallberg. And we're set to go as Cahill gets ready to drop the puck, and off we go. The Seawolves win the draw. And this is Miller now dumping in cross corner. That's Hawkins with a quick shot that was blocked down by the defense. Duncan. Back behind the net is Doreski. Quick out in front and knocked back by defenseman Haynes. Now they battle in the corner. Down low, this is Hawkins battling with Schallberg. Rooster down into the corner as well, along with Haynes. All right, up to trying to get the puck out. Oh, that shot just went off the outside of the net by Miller. I'm not even sure that Palmer saw that, but that was a quick shot. All right, this is Cavanaugh now controlling the puck for the Seawolves, up to Hawkins, who dumps in, and we'll go for a change. Good shift by the Seawolves, first shift. This is Cassano now with Kotkamp and Freely joining this line, adding some additional speed. Back behind the net there, controlled by Williams, up the boards to Foster, who loses the handle on it now, and it's picked up by Buffalo. Picked up now by the Seawolves. That's Barry up to Kotkamp, who dumps in. And out in front, Casano, shot from the side of the net, it's right on the coast. Is that in? Oh, it was right on the line. That puck was shot and went behind Palmer. So
the one thing I've already noticed is they look a lot less hesitant than they did last night.
Yeah.
That wind really is going to help them push through with momentum.
Yeah. On the draw, it's battle there on the half boards and taken away by Buffalo. All right, down into the Seawolves zone. Barry controls. And he's hit hard by Lang. Oh, swim around shot there. Quick one, and now Buffalo puts it in. Little indecision down low there by the defense, and Sanchez took advantage of a loose rebound and popped it in. So Buffalo's up with a quick early lead. 18-19 left to go in the first period. They take the 1-0 lead. Again, Stony Brook coming very close to scoring that first goal, and only to have Buffalo come in and take advantage of that. So it's 1-0 Buffalo. Seawolves need to do a better job clearing out in front of that net. All right. This is Hall, JT Hall on there with Brian Bozer seeing his first playing time. And this is Bowser Fury and Joseph on defense. Right up the middle to Bozer. Good pass by Bowser Fury. And the puck is out of the zone, picked up by Buffalo. And that play could have been offsides, and I think it is offsides. No whistle here. Play was offsides from the get-go. I don't know why MD didn't blow the whistle there. But nonetheless, it's offsides, and it'll go all the way down for intentional offsides there. So we have Bochicchio, who scored the Seawolves' first goal of the season last night, with JT Hall and Brian Bosner and Chris Joseph and Andrew Balzafury. All right, face-off to the left of Palmer. One back. Ooh. Good win now on that draw, but I think somebody got in too quickly there, so we'll do it again. And now Bochicchio's in taking the draw, and he loses it. Buffalo wins that faceoff. Good takeaway here. Right out in front. Oh, a good opportunity. Bochicchio couldn't get a stick free. And Seawolves controlling the puck. This is Hall now. To Joseph, puts one. Low shot right on, saved by Palmer. And this is now Hall going behind the net for the Seawolves. Kicks it to his feet, out to his stick, back to Joseph, who rips one. Oh, it bounces off the leg of Bozer, who's in the slot area. Oh, and he's just crushed from behind, and that's going to be a penalty. As the Seawolves now get an extra man on the ice. Pass across here. That was a hit from behind, a clear penalty, and now they'll blow the whistle. The Seawolves will go on the power play. And looks like number 11, Matt Notaro, will go off for 2 minutes from hit from behind. Looks like the call is there. The Seawolves will come on. The Seawolves will come on with Hawkins, Casano, Kotkamp, Joseph, and Balzafury for the power play. And face-off one back by the Seawolves. Controlled by Joseph on the half-boards. Down low, back to Joseph, and the pass went past him. A give-and-go pass from Kotkamp, Chris Joseph was not ready for. So Buffalo clears and regroups in center ice, and the Seawolves will start from behind their net. Comes Balzafury up, that's Kotkamp up through the neutral zone to Joseph. Joseph trying to work the puck behind the net. And Chris Joseph controls the puck down low on the half-boards. Over to Casano. Casano back to the point to Hawkins. Hawkins over to Balzafury. Winds and shoots. Oh, just wide all the way around. And back out to center ice. Picked up by Hawkins as Buffalo goes for a line change. Casano skates in with the puck. Quick backhand pass to Joseph. Goes off his stick. Behind the net, Joseph controls back to Hawkins, back to Casano. Casano comes in front, shoots, and a bad save by Palmer. Back in front, Balzafury shot. Oh, that was Kotkamp shooting the puck, and it was a save by Palmer. This is Joseph controlling behind the net. Back down to Kotkamp, back to Joseph. Joseph to Kotkamp. Kotkamp looking for Bowels of Fury at the point. Bowels of Fury rips it high and wide to the stick side of Palmer. All the way around and all the way down it goes.
Special teams is going to be very important for both of these teams, considering that they're both very strong. One goal last night, and Stony Brook's comeback was made off of a power play goal.
Absolutely, absolutely. And here they got about 29 seconds left to go to try to make something happen here. Change the lines up here now. JT Hall is on with Dureski and Brewster. And this is JT Hall controlling now. Make a nice move, and a shot's blocked in front. He's trying to get it back, but it'll be out of the zone. Picked up by Kavanaugh. We'll get it over to Miller, and Miller will regroup and send it up the boards to Dureski. Dureski with a pass across to Kavanaugh was off the mark. This is all the way down, and that'll do it for that'll do it for the power play. As Wilms has a little trouble back there, but he gets it to Kavanaugh, who's up through the neutral zone with speed and into the zone. Still controlling the puck. He puts one on. It's deflected by Casmatitis and shot wide. This is Brewster now trying to control it on JT Miller. JT Hall now picks it up. Got to remember JT Hall, not JT Miller. That's a New York Ranger. That's a horse of a different color. All right. Through the neutral zone. This is Barry controlling for the Seawolves. Over to Miller. And Miller takes it behind the net. And now sends it back to Barry. Barry trying to get it out to the neutral zone. And it's bounced back in by... Kept in again. Good play there by Pliska. Pliska had a good game last night. Very strong defenseman. Makes some nice plays. Shot on goal and saved by Wilms. Buffalo's taking advantage of their opportunities when they're down low. And this will be an icing on the Seawolves as they get the puck out of harm's way.
And hockey fans, today's game is sponsored by Bon Appetito, located right down Terry Road, as well as there's a fundraiser today during the game. You can donate to Stony Brook Children's Hospital.
Wonderful. Again, Andy Bignani here with Leah Winfield, and we're here giving you the play-by-play and color commentation for the Stony Brook Seawolves. Face-off to the right of Wilms, and fun the face-off. Right on goal, Wilms made the stop. And just like I had said in the early stages of this game, the Buffalo team looks well rested, and they're composed, and they're playing, they're a good brand of hockey, just like they played last night, and they look like they're starting to get their legs underneath them even more as this game goes on. So they've got the 1-0 lead. The Seawolves had some opportunities early, puck lying on the crease, lying in the goal line, had a power play opportunity, but have not broken through yet. And there's a shot, blast right on by Notaro. And the puck comes around the boards. It's picked up by defenseman Haynes. He shoots it, and it's directed wide. Here come the Seawolves back up. This is Amadeo. Amadeo fakes the shot, comes in, makes a move, and loses the puck in the corner. Behind him is Chris Joseph. Chris Joseph shoves it back behind the net, and to get that is Hall, along with Haynes, and now the Buffalo squad breaks out. This is number 8. Root dumps it in behind the net. Wilms sends it all the way around. Stopped at the point by Bergstall and kept in by Bergstall. Good job. And here comes Root again. Root to Bergstall, and the shot just went wide. It was deflected. And Stony Brook's got to make this first pass better than they're making it. They're not getting their breakout going. The pressure is good. It's a 2-2-1 is what they are bringing. Lots of pressure. And there's a nice little play there. Deflected wrong goal by number 13, Andor. Seawolves are breaking out now. This is Joseph, and he'll fire all the way in. And this is Brian Bozer, again, making his debut appearance for the Seawolves. Back to center ice, and this is controlled by Bowser Fury. Bowser Fury to Bociccio, who's checked off the play by Cosmatitis. And around the boards, Bociccio picks it up, and he'll dump all the way back behind the net. Chased down by Bozer. Bozer to Hall. Hall trying to make a move around the defender, not able to do it. And Buffalo comes up, and this puck is kept in by Cartwright, seeing his first shift of the 2013-14 season. As Bociccio now is having a little bit of some words with one of the Buffalo defensemen.
Stony Brook's going to need to remember the core values that Coach Garofalo laid out for them, playing smart, disciplined hockey. There's 60 minutes in the game, and they just have to remember not to get into that lull that we did see a little bit in the second period last night.
Yep. All right, face-off to the right of Palmer, to the left of Palmer, actually won by the Seawolves. This is Freely now controlling the puck back to the point to Foster. Puts one on, deflected to the net, and it just went wide. Freely out in front. Back to the point to Cartwright now. Cartwright just dumps in, makes the safe play there, and it's picked up by Cassano, who actually got bumped off the puck. But now this is Foster digging in, and now a one-on-one. This is Robinson on Cartwright coming in, shooting low, and he gets his rebound. Actually, that was Schallberg who got the rebound, as Cartwright was back there all alone, and Williams able to make the save on the second shot. This is Kottkamp trying to get out, and puck in the neutral zone. This is Dungan over to Sanchez, and that puck is deflected in by Carey, and Cartwright to his defensive partner, who lets it go around the wall and missed by Freely. Cartwright again controls behind the net, and he'll throw back to his partner Foster. And this will go up to Freely now, and Freely's trying to get it out, but he's being challenged there by Pliska, who's not letting him get out. And now it's hoisted high off the boards, and they'll go for a line change. This is Pliska now turning with the puck and trying to make a quick play. That will go down, and not icing, as it was deflected off the skate of one of the Buffalo players. There's a pass, cross-ice pass to Kavanaugh. Up to the neutral zone with speed. Kavanaugh is in. He makes a pass to Brewster, just off the mark. Not able to connect on that. And Brewster takes a hit in the corner there to make that play. This is Pliska now. Controls it. And back out into the neutral zone. Picked up by Miller for the Seawolves. Puck is deflected. Back to the neutral zone. And dumped all the way back in to the Seawolves zone. Back to get it. And Williams actually just played it out. His defense was a little late getting back there. It goes back behind the net. This is Miller now, and he's letting it for Kavanaugh. And it goes past Miller. Picked up by Brewster. Sends it out to the neutral zone. Back in play is a little ragged right now. There's some little negotiating being done on the passing side, and that puck is kicked in by Gervasi. He goes in hard against Bergstall. Bergstall comes up with the puck, but throws it up an empty wall. Joseph has it and sends it back deep. Amadeo now dumps it back down. A weak backhander does not get down low enough. Picked up by Gervasi. He highs it, backhands it off the glass, and play is really ragged right now. There's no consistency in the play. Big hit by Joseph, standing up Ivanko in the middle of the ice there. Now, all right, getting a little chippy out there as this line comes back out. This is Gervasi, Goodell, and Amadeo still out there. Balzafury controls it at the point. Wrist shot right off the blocker. Good shot by Balzafury. That one could have gone in if it was just a bit higher. And now this is Joseph. Joseph through the neutral zone. He's tripped down, but no call. And Joseph trying to get back. And saved by Wilms on that play there. That was Root who actually took advantage of that turnover. Joseph being chopped down in the neutral zone. No call. Again, you got to keep an eye on these calls because, again, that could have been very easily called a tripping, but it was not called. So, all right, face-off to the left of Wilms and one back by Buffalo. And they dump it down into the corner. Back to get it as Foster. And this play is nice play by J.T. Hall there to put that loose puck in the slot back down low. Bociccio now tries to pick it up. He's getting control of it. He's got control. He just sends Brozer down on a lead pass, but it was just out of the reach. Through the crease pass by Bozer, but nobody there to park it. So it's back down into the Seawolves end. This will be an icing. 7:57 left to go in the first period. Thanks for today. You're watching Seawolves Hockey Live. It's the University of Stony Brook Seawolves against the University of Buffalo Ice Bulls. And this is game 2, the 2-game set. Seawolves taking the first game last night 3-2. Face off to the left of Palmer. And it's J.T. Hall on with against Schalberg. And Schalberg won the draw, but Seawolves picked it up, and now it's bounced out into the neutral zone. Good play there by Barry to win that battle. J.T. Hall now picks that puck up. Nice reach there. Able to come in, tries to get a shot off. It's bounced off the leg of Haynes. Down low, control by Benner. Benner to Dungan, back up to Benner, and up through the neutral zone as Buffalo goes for a line change. Nice play by Cartwright to pick the pocket, but now the Seawolves lose control of it, and here comes Casamitis, who shoots wide, and the puck goes not all the way out, held in by Lang, as Cartwright puts the hit on him. Good to see a young defenseman here, composed, using his body, and effectively putting the hit on and breaking the play up. Now, this is Barry controlling the Cartwright. Cartwright now loses control and back behind the net as the forecheck begins to pick up now again. And Buffalo is doing an excellent job pinning the Seawolves in. They're not letting their speed get going. With 2 forecheckers in the zone, it's very, very difficult to get going. But now here comes Freely to Cassano. Cassano takes a shot, but it's off the leg of Katsimitis. Now this is Kotkamp controlling. 2 Seawolves in the corner there. Cassano picks the puck up over to Kotkamp. Oh, he tries to get it to Miller, but just out of the reach and out of the zone. Good changing there by Buffalo. The Buffalo squad is changing very quickly. 30-second shifts, 45-second max. They are on and off the ice. Running like a well-oiled machine here today, Buffalo. Seawolves have to be on their game, and here's another takeaway in the neutral zone. And play in front of the net and gobbled up by Wilms. As Miller vacates Chris Marsack out of the crease.
One of the biggest tasks for Stony Brook will be figuring out the Buffalo defense and how to be able to cut through them, because they do have Sean Dungan, who was Rookie of the Year, and all 6 players, all 6 defensemen are very strong.
They are. All right, face off to the right of Wilms. And now Dureski's been tossed out of the face-off circle. Brewster will take the draw. And they battle for it, and the Seawolves get control of it. But again, the forecheck is very, very strong by Buffalo. And the Seawolves have to break the forecheck, and they'll figure it out. But right now, they got to just limit the damage of what they can do. With what Buffalo's doing. It's frustrating, the Seawolves. You can kind of see the frustration setting in, but they just have to they have to be patient. It's a patient when you're forechecked like this. And these are the types of plays like this that actually make it happen. 1 extra pass there as the Seawolves were in the zone. Bowser Fury to Joseph. Joseph avoids the shot block and just tries to get it deeper, but controlled by Bowser Fury now, down low to Hawkins. Hawkins behind the net for the Seawolves. Wraparound attempt, and another shot off the crossbar. And that good opportunity there for the Seawolves. A shot, blockered away by Palmer. This is Brewster with a backhand wraparound attempt. Loose in front! And just out of the reach of a Seawolf player. This is Joseph now getting into Gervaisi, making a nice move at the blue line there. And unable to get it out. So it comes now. This is Robinson, one-on-one. Nice play there by Cartwright, using his stick. Good defensive play there. Sound defense. And in the neutral zone. Back to the neutral zone. Cartwright, strong on the puck. And this is Duncan picking it up through the neutral zone and getting these outlet passes. Back to Cartwright. Actually slipped all the way through to him. Amadeo, nice touch pass to Goodell. Goodell's in, backhand shot, glove saved by Palmer, but did not control it. Almost looked like he closed his eyes when he made the save, but he made the save. This is Benner in, and Sanchez now picks it up. Back behind the net will be Cartwright for the Seawolves as he controls out to J.T. Hall, who's breaking through the neutral zone. And J.T. Hall making a play, trying to get it to Amadeo, break it to the net. Picked up by Hall, controlling the puck and now losing the handle again on that defensive zone coverage. This is Carey now, shoots it all the way around, back to the point to Castellamitis. Winds and shoots. Oh, deflected. Why? That puck had eyes. It was going in. It was just deflected by a body. It was a wide opening in that top corner of that net, and it did not make it there. And this outlet pass goes wide by Kavanaugh to Bozer. As the Stony Brook Seawolves change. And to the neutral zone where they seem to have numbers. Shot, deflected, actually off the glove of Wilms. It seems what I can see is the plan for the breakout for Buffalo is to make the stretch pass in the neutral zone. Because they see an opening because Stony Brook's forecheck is allowing them that opportunity.
Yeah, like you said, they're taking advantage
where the holes are. They're finding the holes and
they're
looking up and they're finding them. So Stony Brook may want to look at a different forechecking opportunity here, but that's the coaching staff will figure that one out. This is Joseph now controlling back behind the nets of Balzafury. Balzafury up to Bociccio, but Bociccio could not control it. And they're the defense is pinching down on the forwards. Again, I think it's almost like they watched the tape last night and they saw the breakout. Right. Stony Brook sends the puck up the half boards to a forward, and it's either one side or the other, and then the defensemen crash down on them and they can't control the puck, so there's a turnover. All right, that puck deflects off of Wilms back behind the net, and it's loose in front and picked up by the Bulls, and the Bulls send one on goal, kick to the corner. Now this is Ivanko controlling the puck, and he loses the handle up the boards, and now this is Bociccio, who is immediately confronted by Kaufman, who did not wait for him to get to the blue line. Again, another different type of approach. This will be icing. Again, to the forecheck and to the slowing down the speed of the Seawolves.
Buffalo's really testing the Stony Brook Seawolves. Early on in the season, they're really making them work for the W, and we're able to see what Stony Brook is going to be able to bring this season and how they react to these certain situations. 2:14
left to go. Face-off to the right of Palmer. Here, this is the first period. Shots on goal right now are 10 for Buffalo and 9 for the Seawolves. All right, on the face-off, one by Buffalo, who seems to be winning a lot of their draws in their zone, which is, again, another way you control the puck. Kottkamp now controls on the turnover to Freely. Freely with a slow, nice pass to Casano, but he couldn't get it. Freely controls, and a shot is blocked down by Kaufman. Another shot. And, another attempt in front of the net there. Freely just was blocked back by Palmer. And I sense a lot more blocking of shots with this goaltender in the net than maybe last night. This is a backhand by Kottkamp off the mark and was blocked down. Kottkamp trying to control and being feverishly checked by Buffalo. And this is really getting under the skin. Cartwright with a ripper and a save by Palmer. And this is Barry now controlling the puck. And up the boards here for Kottkamp. Kottkamp dumps in. And this is Hawkins with Kottkamp now picking up the puck back to the point to Barry, who sends a shot wide of the net looking for a deflection. Cartwright pinch and got in and kept that puck in deep, but it's out of the zone now. So this is Barry, and he'll fire all the way in behind the net as we've hit the last minute of the first period. And to the point to Miller. The deflection by Brewster went wide. And knocked down by Dureski now, but it's carried out by Buffalo. Andor sending it in, and actually not all the way in. This is controlled by Miller. Miller gets it up to Brewster. Brewster skating through the neutral zone. Having trouble with the puck today. Winds and shoots right on goal. The save by Palmer. It seems that the ice is a little sticky, and shot was deflected into the corner. I've sensed that a couple of times, and like even this puck the ice is getting a little rough and creating that puck to bounce a little bit. Fired all the way in by Miller with 10 seconds left to go in the first period. And this is out through the neutral zone. This will go all the way down, and that'll kill the period. Maybe enough time for one face-off. 2.6 seconds left to go. 2.6 seconds left to go. And face-off will be to the left of Palmer. Enough time to maybe pull the goalie and have an extra player on the ice here, but I guess Brewster will probably go right to the net. And now Sam Brewster's been thrown out of the face-off, so Miller is the only right-handed defenseman on the ice. He'll have to take the... And he puts one on, and that's the buzzer. So at the end of the first period, the University of Buffalo Ice Bulls 1, the Stony Brook Seawolves 0. Shots on goal for the first period go to Stony Brook, 12 and 10 for Buffalo. We had, I believe, one penalty in that period against Buffalo. It was a hit from behind to number 11, or we call it boarding. It was number 11, Matt Notaro. So, the end of the first period, got a 1-0 score. The Buffalo squad is up. We'll be back after a short break. You're watching Seawolves Hockey Live. Seawolves Hockey Live with this 3-second period here. Just under a minute or so to go before the second period starts. The referees are on the ice. Just to recap that first period, one penalty, Leah. We had number 11.
Yeah, a hit from behind. We also had shots in favor of Stony Brook, 12-10, but goals were in favor of the opposing team, Buffalo. And Stony Brook finds themselves down 1-0 again early on in the first period. Yeah, and
talking to some of the folks out there about the game, some of the parents that have sons playing on the team, and they felt the team was just a little tentative, and it's typical of what will happen on the next day of a game, until they get their confidence back up and realizing that, they won the game last night, and it really isn't about splitting. You want to win both if you can, but realizing, too, that Buffalo, like Coach Garofalo said, didn't drive all the way down here to lose one game, never mind two. So Buffalo's going to push hard to try to get a win here today, and the Seawolves are going to have to step their game up even more.
Just from Buffalo's track record, their first two games, one of them, I believe it was Canisius, they were down 3-0 9 minutes in, and they came back to score late goals to win that. So we can see that they're going to drive hard, and they will persevere on. So that's something that Stony Brook's going to have to combat.
Right, and Canisius College, which is the team that they came back and scored 4 run-ins and goals against, is 5 minutes down the road from where they are. So, the local schools are against each other. The crowd must have been incredible for both teams on either side. Definitely. So here, you got Buffalo with a limited crowd down here. They're whatever they could fit on their bus, I'm sure. Maybe some locals that drove to the game. And the Seawolves here, trying to find their way to get through the second period and even up the score, if not maybe take a lead here. So we're starting again with Nick Dureski at center with Wesley Hawkins on left wing, Sam Brewster on right wing, Matt Cavanaugh left defense, and Alex Miller on right D. This is for the Buffalo squad. You've got Tim Root centering on left wing, Nick Ortiz, and right wing, John Andor. On defense, left defense will be number 15, John Haynes, and right defense, number 2, John Dungan. All right, we're getting ready to drop the puck and get the second period going here. You're watching the Seawolves Hockey Live. Andy Bignani along with Leah Winfield and the rest of our staff, Trevor and Kevin.
And folks, today's game is sponsored by Bon Appetito, located right down Terry Road.
And I think they're kind of waiting for the ice to dry up a little bit. I believe there's a little bit of extra water on the ice here, and they're kind of slowing it down to maybe get this ice to be totally dry. The referees are looking at the ice situation right now where there might be some wet spots still here. And, for those of you who don't know, I'm sure most of you do know, but you would think water on ice wouldn't be a bad thing, but it actually is very bad for puck control.
Yeah.
Just when you think the puck is going to move, it sticks like a magnet to a magnetic board, and can create unnecessary turnovers and opportunity for the challengers. All right, here we go. KO set to drop the puck, and we're on the way, second period. And puck is controlled by Dungan for Buffalo as he comes in and shoots down into the corner. Get that puck is Miller behind the net to Cavanaugh. Cavanaugh, and there's that wet spot down low. It's on either side of the net. And this is Hawkins now sending it in deep. Steered away by Palmer. Hawkins in on the forecheck hard. Cavanaugh, that's Miller coming in deep. And now Brewster sends one wide of Palmer. Through the neutral zone, stretch pass. And a save by Wilms, and he'll hold. There's something new and different that we did not see much of from the Buffalo squad, but they'll see the changes on the forecheck and adapt to it. And there you go, the stretch pass is a clear example of that. Face off to the right of Wilms. Duretzky against Schallberg. Face off won by Buffalo. Back to the point to Castamitis to Robinson. Down low. This is Benner with a shot right on goal there. And the puck by Schallberg, and the net goes off the moorings. Nice quick passing down low by Buffalo. Looked like a set play, but just could be just a matter of cycling down low and getting open. And nice play there by Buffalo. Good save by Wilms. Face off again to the right of Wilms, and Schallberg is leaning and wins that face off again. No contention by the linesman on that face off lineup where he was not evenly set. All right, up comes Hawkins, who dumps cross corner. To get it is Brewster, winds and rips one high over the top of the net. It's Cartwright doing a good job keeping that puck in. As Bennett was all over him. This is now Foster. Oh, Wesley Hawkins snipes it in. Good pass from Sam Brewster out to Hawkins in the low slot area. And he just ripped it through the pads of Palmer, and the Seawolves are on the board. 1-1. We've got a tie game. We didn't have to wait for the third period tonight to get the game tied, which is
it's about taking advantage of those opportunities for both teams.
So we got a tied score here. Wes Hawkins getting his first of the season. So that's 14 from 25. Sam Brewster, there might have been one other assist there. We'll get the numbers. All right, Chris Joseph now controlling for the Seawolves. Over to Freely. Freely now back to Balzafury. Sends it over to Cassano. And the puck is moving slowly here today for some reason. Cross-ice pass, Kottkamp just missed. Kottkamp keeps it in now. Freely trying to keep it in. Seawolves dump it back into Buffalo zone. Back behind the net. Cassano to Freely, who puts one right on Palmer, who had to be there for the stop. Almost got it through the arm there. Good play all around by Kotkamp, Casano, and Freely, almost making it happen.
That's Hawkins from Cartwright and Brewster with 18-48.
Face off to the right of Palmer. Casano on the draw against Marsack. And Casano loses the draw to Buffalo and hoisted out to the neutral zone by Duncan. Kotkamp, cross-ice pass over to Balzafury, over to Casano. Good pass. Here's Freely breaking in. Freely rips it. Save! Saved by Palmer. 2 shots in a row by Freely, almost getting them. And dumped in behind the net, behind Wilms. Comes Buffalo. Out in front. Up to Kaufman. Kaufman rips it high and wide over the top of the net. And we got the long change this period, so everyone's got to be aware of that. Oh, puck out in front, wide open. Good little backhand play there made by Buffalo, and Seawolves caught the Seawolves. All right, this is Kotkamp breaking in. Over to Casano, back to Kotkamp, he scores! What a great play, good passing play. This line was together most of the year last year, Kotkamp and Casano, and it showed these guys how well they can play together. And Kotkamp buries it deep from Casano. Seawolves take a 2-1 lead and have stepped up their game. Skating with some intensity and some more confidence, and it's building. All right, this is JT Hall now on the draw for the Seawolves with Bociccio and Bozer. And the Seawolves take control of the puck. This is Hall coming in now on off wing. Backhander, cross, pants save. Bozer comes in now and the shot goes wide. Actually, it was blocked in front. Here comes Buffalo down through the neutral zone and they dump it in. It's out of the rink. 17:02 left to go in the second period. The Stony Brook Seawolves have scored 2 unanswered goals here and have taken a 2-1 lead. Face off outside the Seawolves zone. JT Hall against the Roots. And this is Kavanaugh now controlling for the Seawolves. Over to Miller. And up the boards. Nice soft pass to JT Miller as he break it in. JT Hall, sorry. Save. All right, listen, we're going to change JT Hall's name to JT Miller so that I don't make that mistake again. No? I get a vote on that? All right, damn. All right, it's going to have to be JT Hall. All right. I'll just have to say his name 100 times over and I'll get it. Easy. All right. Oh, Ryan Kotkamp. No call on that play, trip in the middle of the neutral zone there. All right, and now the puck is held in, back down to Schallberg. He's watched by Miller. He's trying to break out in front. Good play by Kavanaugh. Good. Oh, and that puck goes in. Wilms did not see it, but he's saying the net is off the moorings. And they should just. The net was pushed off the moorings, and the puck snuck in actually on the short side. So I don't know whether he has a case or not on that, but they're not gonna give it to him. It was a great little shot and a quick one there, and we got a 2-2 game. So quickly, Buffalo comes back and answers the Stony Brook goal with a goal of their own. Face-off center ice, this is Gervasi, Amodio, and Goodell with Cartwright and Barry on defense. And face-off, this one won by the Seawolves and carried in by Barry, and he just dumps cross corner. Goodell trying to go after the puck, as well as Amodio. It's picked up by Benner, throws it to the neutral zone, and Barry has it. He'll just shoot back in. On the forecheck is Goodell, and up comes Robinson with the puck. Center ice pass and deflected back by Cartwright. Good stick work there in the neutral zone. Oh, hybrid icing call. Not a good call there. Mike Amodio had the body positioning on that one. as the referee's asking for an explanation on that one because Amodio clearly had body position. Face off to the left of Wilms. 15:43 left to go in the second period. 2-2. Stony Brook and Buffalo even up. Face off one back by the Seawolves. Cartwright. Nice pass out to Goodell. Chasing it down. After him is Pliska. Back to the point to Cartwright. Down low pass. Ew! Had a wide open net. Couldn't finish. Gervasi. Spinorama backhander, and it just went behind the net as there was plenty of room. This is Cartwright putting one right on through a screen. And a good save by Palmer, just being in the right spot. This is Lang now shooting high and wide as Cartwright and Barry got a little crossed up on their defense. This is a nice little touch pass through the neutral zone, banged in as the Seawolves will go for a line change. This is Hawkins now battling down low with Duncan as well as Haynes. And now up the boards, sent back in by Brewster. Zareski on the forecheck along with Hawkins. Kept in by Bowser Fury. Tries to send one up through the net, could not. Gets blocked down. Here comes Buffalo and Joseph on the check there. And a long lead pass for Hawkins out of the reach. And this will be another icing against the Seawolves. Seawolves trying to get those stretch passes made. Fortunately, this one cost them an icing, so this line's going to have to get control of the puck and try to get off the ice here as they are mostly at the end of their shift, as you can see by the way they're leaning down on their sticks. All right, face off to the left of Wilms, and one back by the Seawolves to Joseph. All the way around to Brewster, who control it. Sam Brewster carries that puck, gets it not all the way in. Needed to get a deep pass or a play down deep into the zone so they could get off the ice, and they need to change. This is Brewster working that puck down. A nice play to keep that puck in. Up. And Seawolves are back in numbers, so they're okay defensively. All right. Bouts Fury having a problem. Oh, lost control of that puck, and now Wilms picks it up, and now it's sent out, and then it's off the mooring. So Wilms had control of it, and they just somehow or another pushed it out from underneath his glove.
Looks like this period that Stony Brook has a lot more scoring opportunities, and they've been definitely taking more advantage of those.
Yep.
The forecheck's a lot stronger.
They made some adjustments, which is good. No line changes yet, but they put as far as changing up the lines, they kept the lines intact. And now the face-off to the right of Wilms. And it's a shot that didn't get on, but hanging in the balance here as Buffalo's starting to put a little bit more pressure on the Seawolves right now. And we can see this coming now. That's off the post. Seawolves have to pick that game back up. Buffalo just came right back after giving that goal up, and this is Joseph now trying to get a play to the front of the net and deflected into the corner. This is Wes Hawkins down low, controlling the puck, trying to get it up to Kotkamp. Kotkamp now controls down on the half boards behind the net, making some nice moves here. Give and go opportunity. Kavanaugh now picks the puck up. Oh, and we have a hook. Looks like a power play opportunity here for the Seawolves as number 8, Root, looks like he'll go for hooking. And another power play opportunity for the Seawolves. Face-off will be to the left of Palmer. Goreski, Brewster, Hall with Kavanaugh and Miller. And this is Hall back to Miller. Miller controls down to Hall. Whoop, and the lineman took a spill. Goreski trying to get it down low to Brewster. Goreski trying to get it back down there. Oh, and Miller loses control of it. And it bounces off of Miller in the neutral zone. It's Kavanaugh through the neutral zone. Nice pass to Brewster. Brewster setting up on the half boards and looking for options right now. He's got Miller, wrist, shot, loose puck. And all the way, banged all the way up by Schallberg. 1:17 left to go in the power play for the Seawolves. 12:20 left to go in the second period. Nice lead pass up through Chris Joseph, who's playing some forward on the power play. And back down low to Hall. Hall's pass was deflected, and up comes Buffalo through the neutral zone on a deflected pass. And a 2-on-1 shut down, saved by Wilms. And we have another whistle. We've got an interference call here. It'll be Kavanaugh, number 50. Oh, actually, Basel Fury, number 3, will go off for 2 minutes for interference. At the 12-minute mark, we'll go 4-on-4 for another 48 seconds, and then the Buffalo squad will have a man advantage. Face-off will be to the right of Wilms. Ryan Kotkamp, Wesley Hawkins out there with Cartwright and Foster. This is Cartwright now, controls the puck. Trying to get it out, could not. Pass is blocked. Oh, and there was a big hit there on Cartwright by Dungan, and no call. That elbow came right up to the head. Cartwright's back into play.
Seawolves penalty to number 3, Andrew Balsafiore. 2 minutes.
And it comes through the neutral zone. Pass to Robinson. Robinson can't control. This is Hawkins now picking the puck up. He's got 3-on-1. Oh, and he's trying to make the play to Cartwright. He could not get his stick on the backhand. Good play here by Cartwright trying to keep that puck in. The Seawolves need to get back here in numbers. Picked up by Cartwright in the zone, and he shoots. It's deflected wide. Kotkamp trying to pick it up. He's banged by Dungan. And still up. This is Hawkins now controlling it. Kotkamp is interfered with here. No call here for interference. Did not have control of the puck. This is Root coming in now. All alone, looking for someone to pass the puck to. Finds somebody. Finds Sanchez. Sanchez looking for Katsimitis, who can't get the puck to the net. This is Sanchez. Shoots. And a save by the pad by Wilms. Now the power play is in effect for Buffalo. A shot goes wide. It's going to go all the way out of the zone. Buffalo's going to have to regroup. Gervasi on the forecheck, coming hard, and this puck goes past the Buffalo Katsimitis and back in the zone. Kaufman falls down. Gervasi's screaming down on him. We've got 23 seconds left to go in the power play for Buffalo. Big hit down low there by Modio on Katsimitis, who's controlling behind the net. 13 seconds left to go in the man advantage for Buffalo as they scream it through the neutral zone. This is Sanchez, shoots it high, and a save by Wilms. Both teams now seem to have their game underneath them. They're coming and having, good opportunities offensively, good, defensively making some good plays. The goaltenders have got to be on their game right now because the shots are coming in hard, and they're coming in often. As the shots now are at 17 for Stony Brook and 15 for Buffalo. Face off to the left of Wilms. It's Notaro right for the draw, right on goal. Hall probably was not expecting that to go right to the net, as Chris Joseph is talking to Hall right now. Trying to tell him to get it into the corner where he is. And he wins the face-off. Hall did a good job there, kicking that puck, using his feet, making a play. Bochicchio on the forecheck. Almost caused the turnover. Hall bangs that puck back in. We're all even up now. 5-on-5 hockey. We got 9:46 left to go in the second period. We got a 2-2 game. Poser in on the forecheck. Bochicchio in there. Joseph with a blast that's deflected into the corner. And out through the neutral zone comes Buffalo. Good stick work there by Joseph. And that puck is stumped in by Bozer as Joseph will go for a change. On comes Miller along with Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh just puts it to the net, deflected by Bochicchio just wide. Bozer on the forecheck, coming hard. Miller. Miller. That's JT Hall down in the neutral zone, trying to turn that puck back in. Picked up by Buffalo and dumped in as they go for a change. I'm not sure whether or not Kavanaugh knew there was a Buffalo player down low, but all right, face-off is going to be to the right, to the left of Wilms there as they go for a line change. What's that?
And today's game is sponsored by Bon Appetito, located right down Terry Road. There's also a fundraiser going on for the Stony Brook Children's Hospital, so all donations and proceeds goes to them.
All right, face-off to the left of Wilms, and it's won by the Seawolves. Pass down the half boards, up to neutral ice to Casano. Casano makes a nice move, trying to get around the defender there, and Kotkan comes right behind with the loose puck. A good save. Back to the point. Cartwright just took a stick to the face. He's been getting banged around out there, but he's holding his own. All right, puck shot all the way around. Controlled by Buffalo. It's hoisted up. Oh, and Foster. You can hear that hit from up here. It was a hard hit. Nice pass by Freely. Down low. Casano! Freely gets his goal! Billy Freely parks it as Casano made a nice play. A big hit in the neutral zone by Foster caused the turnover. And then in the zone, the pass, Casano just kind of nicked it across over to Freely, who buried it on Palmer, who was really not in a position to make a save on it. So a bang-bang play. Seawolves take a one-goal lead. It's 3-2. All right, face-off center ice is Nick Dureski on the draw with Schalberg, and bang back into the Seawolves end, controlled by Wilms. And it looked like Andrew Belzafuri may have had a problem. He's trying to hold on to the puck and couldn't hold it. All right, Nick Dureski now parks it out in front. Bad deflection off the backboards. Right away, Buffalo amps up the pressure. Here's Hawkins in on the left wing now. Comes to the net. He hits the outside of the post. Low shot. It could have gotten in. All right, this puck is hoisted all the way down, but it won't go for icing as it hit the boards. But Buffalo's changing and putting the pressure on the Seawolves right away. And Joseph is being challenged behind. He comes right out behind the net. Nice pass up to Dureski. Dureski through the neutral zone and gets it deep, right on goal with the shot. And Palmer will hold it for a faceoff. As Sam Brewster comes in to take care of the folks that are moving Wesley Hawkins around down there. Bergstall and Sam having a conversation. Maybe figuring out where they're going to go after the game. I don't know. Maybe they're going to go grab a taco or something after the game. I don't know. Alrighty, face-off to the left of Palmer. This is Gervasi on the draw. He's out there with Bozer. Oh, and Bozer had a chance for the rebound there, just out of the reach. And also Mike Modio out there as well. All right, through the neutral zone comes Buffalo. This is Sanchez to Casamaitis, trying to get the puck to the net. Everything they can do, they're getting that puck, whatever they can do to get it to the net. That's laying in front of there, being tied up. And that was Miller making a defensive play on Lang there in front as Wilms gobbled it up. 6:44 left to go in the second period. Stony Brook Seawolves 3, Buffalo 2. Face-off to the left of Wilms. And Seawolves win that draw, and that's a good thing to hear. Winning face-offs in your own zone are critical. Now, player falls down in the neutral zone, and the Seawolves take advantage of it. Now, a Seawolf player hits the deck, so they're turning around and heading back up through the neutral zone. Good defensive play there by Miller, standing up at the blue line. And battle in the neutral zone here right below us, and we got a play going on here. A no helmet player lost his helmet. They blow the whistle. For the safety of the players, that was Matt Trevesi losing the lid. And the Sea Wolves will take advantage of that whistle and make a line change and bring out Hall, Bociccio, and Goodell, along with Cartwright and Barry on defense. And Hall wins the draw. Back to Cartwright. Cartwright in the neutral zone and dumps in. Back to get it is Goodell. Behind the net to Bociccio, trying to get it to Bociccio. Up the boards to the point. And a shot and a pad save by Palmer. Good shot by Barry getting that shot through. This is Goodell now trying to make a play on the puck. He's banged down by Dungden. Dungden falls on the puck. And he slips down. This is Goodell now trying to keep it in. Barry's got it. Barry controls the puck. Cross over to Goodell, who rips it high and hits the back of Bociccio. And this is Dungan now makes a nice lead pass out of the zone. And Barry picks it up for the Seawolves over to Cartwright. And through the neutral zone to Hall. Through the neutral zone, he's in. He rips a high shot off the glove of Palmer. And that puck is kept in by Cartwright, and now it's back out into the neutral zone, picked up by Goodell. Goodell's trying to find Hall, which he does. Over to Bociccio now, who's in on a one-on-one and loses control of the puck. Puck is sticking on that ice. We talked about it before. It just does not seem to be sliding as well as it would normally slide. Back out to, just missed. Freely coming in on a backhand pass by Cassano. Almost in perfect timing. All right, this is Cassano now in the neutral zone. Up to Joseph. And that's Cartcamp, rips one Freely with another chance, and it's just wide. Cartcamp controlling the puck behind the net. The Seawolves have got their game back on, going good here. Back behind the net to Freely. This line is making hay, a lot of hay. Oh, and that puck is in! Ryan Cartcamp! From the pass from Freely in the corner, the quick deflection off the stick over the top of Palmer into the net. The Seawolves have taken a 2-goal lead. That line is really making things happen. I think bringing Freely on that line and adding his speed to the mix has done something really good for Cassano and Cartcamp. He's really added some spark to that line. And I'm not sure whether the defensive pairing on the Buffalo squad can stay with Freely with his speed. He's very quick.
Now with the Seawolves up by 2 goals, it's clear that the adjustments that were made during that first intermission were pretty monumental.
Right, and keeping the foot down on the pedal now is essential to secure a victory today, because it's long from over. All right, face-off was won by the Seawolves, banged into the zone and picked up by Joseph now, and he dumps all the way down into the Buffalo end. And Cartcamp down controlling now. And here it is, Cassano rips one, and it was blocked. And this is Freely now controlling up to Joseph at the point.
Assisted by number 18, Billy Freely, and number 27, Dan Cassano.
All right.
Time of goal, 4:26 remaining, second period.
Here comes Sanchez now breaking out with Lang. He dumps all the way into the corner. Joseph to get it. He backhands it over to Balzafury, who makes a nice move to get around his check, but then loses it to Lang. And now this puck is banged out to Wesley Hawkins in the neutral zone. Picked up by Buffalo, knocked right back in by Doreski.
And you can easily see the confidence that the Stony Brook players have picked up from those goals.
Yeah, Buffalo's hanging their heads a little bit here, but they really shouldn't. All right. Up to the point there, banged in by Hawkins, who was covering for Joseph, who went deep. And now this is Brewster trying to get that puck down. Kavanaugh controlling it on the point, sending it back down. Brewster working down low. behind the net, going against Kaufman. Bangs Kaufman hard. Kaufman goes down. That shot went just wide. To get that puck over there is Wesley Hawkins. Now Brewster, this line is going hard. They're putting a lot of pressure on the defense for Buffalo right now, and they're winning the battles down low. Yeah. This is a, I don't want to say this is a point of domination right here, but the Seawolves are dominating at this point where really no team has totally dominated, but anything can change on a dime here. So yeah, we have too many men on the ice here for Buffalo. They're going to have to make a call here. So Buffalo will be in the box for 2 minutes. Somebody will have to serve the penalty. Bad line change, and the puck was in the vicinity, so that's a call they have to make. Right now, the Seawolves have a tremendous opportunity right before them if they're able to take advantage of this power play. They got a Buffalo team right now that's kind of hanging their head a little bit. I'm a little surprised. They're a good team, but it could be just they're running out of gas a little bit. Maybe they need that break, which is only 2 minutes and 10 seconds away from the end of that second period. So you're watching Seawolves Hockey Live. Face off to the right of Palmer. This is Kavanaugh now. Controls it down low to Hall. Back up to Kavanaugh. Back down to Hall. And Hall sends it down to Brewster. Brewster's working behind the net. Back to the point to Miller. Back to Brewster. Rips it high over the top of the net. And out comes Buffalo. This is Andor with Root, who go off for a line change, and now the Seawolves come out. Very slow change by Buffalo, but they're out there now. Pass to Brewster, who's off sides on the play. Face-off will be outside the Buffalo zone. 1:26 left to go in the power play. 1:35 left to go in the second period. On for the Seawolves is Ryan Kotkamp, Chris Joseph, Dan Cassano, Wesley Hawkins, and Andrew Balzafury. Pass to Joseph over the middle to Balzafury. Balzafury sends one wide behind the net. Picked up by Cassano, and Cassano chips it out. And up comes Schalberg. It's a 2-on-1. He winds it, shoots, and a save by Wilms. Up the boards comes Ryan Kotkamp. Stretch pass to Chris Joseph, who's breaking in. He shoots, and a save, and the rebound is going in! The rebound was out in front. Chris Joseph took the first shot. Not sure who got the goal, but I'll tell you in a second. It looks like Kotkamp, and it's a hat trick. Ryan Kotkamp gets his third goal of the game, and his first hat trick for the Seawolves this year. And I think the Seawolves have starting to separate themselves here a little bit from Buffalo. Again, we got a whole third period to go, so 1:05 still left to go in this second period. All right, on the faceoff, that's Hall for Seawolves. He wins the faceoff, and Balzafury controls for Stony Brook. Goodell taps it in. Here comes Bolchicchio with the puck behind the net with speed, looking for Hall out in the middle. Puck bounces around. That's Goodell with almost getting one. This is Balzafury in deep. Stony Brook's got to play some defense here. Balzafury's trying to control it, and he does get it down low. Back to Joseph. All right, back to the point. This is Balzafury now, ripping a shot, deflected by Bolchicchio, and down low. The net is off the moorings, and on a face-off inside the zone. Buffalo's denied the change. The net was knocked off by a Buffalo player. So they cannot change because the stoppage was due to knocking the net off the mooring. So we'll have a face-off to the right of Palmer. 11 seconds left to go in the second period. And that face-off is won by the Seawolves. Bochicchio sending it in deep. That's Hall behind the net with Dungan and Bochicchio as well. In comes Goodell. And we got a three-man scuffle going on down low as the whistle goes. And we got some scuffling going on behind the net here. The Seawolves should definitely skate away, get out of the period, and play another game, play another period, not worrying about it. There seems to be, obviously there's some frustration on the Buffalo side. They're down 3 goals. The Seawolves are playing really strong right now, and there's really not much they can do to stop them right now. So the Seawolves are basically skating in on them at will and getting that second shot and that third shot, and that's where the goals are coming from.
But it's also going to be important for Buffalo to keep their head on their shoulders, because the last thing that they need is to be taking unnecessary penalties.
I agree. All right, we're going to come back in a little bit. We'll go over the stats before the start of the third period. You're watching Seawolves Hockey Live. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back in a little while.
It's 5-2 in favor of Stony Brook. Shots on goal are in favor of Stony Brook as well, 26-19. At the end of the second period, there was a little scrum down by the net, and it looks like number 44 for Stony Brook, Chris Joseph, was given a penalty for that.
Looks like the like there was only one penalty on that at the end of that period. So the Seawolves were down a man for 2 minutes going into the third, leading the Buffalo squad by 3 goals. 5-2 is the score. And now we'll see if Stony Brook can maintain that level and keep that level going without taking anything off the gas. I'm sure the coaching staff went over this with them and said this Buffalo team didn't drive down here to quit.
Right.
I'm sure they're going to come with everything they have.
And Stony Brook can't let that confidence really get the best of them, because it's so easy for Buffalo to be able to score another 3 goals and come back to make it an even game. We've seen the perseverance, again, in their track record. In the first 2 games that they played, they had some very strong wins, a 7-0 win as well as a late comeback win, 4-3.
Yes. Seawolves have to do a good job here in killing off this power play opportunity. We got fresh ice. Puck's going to move well, and they'll have to figure out a way to stand up and defend and kill this penalty. Now, I do see 2 guys in the box. I guess we still have a leftover penalty. Is there? Okay, because we guess we have Goodell in the box along with Robinson for number 18 for Buffalo, that's Robinson, and Goodell, number 19 for Stony Brook. So they got probably matching penalties. So that's a wash. And then the Seawolves have an additional penalty on Joseph for 2 minutes. So it'll be a 5-on-4. And they're squeegeeing some of that remaining water off the ice. And it's kind of a delay of the start of the third period here. We're just about ready to go now. Until the weather gets colder outside and it gets colder in here. We're going to have those issues with the ice initially, so. All right, on for the Seawolves will be Nick Dureski, and he'll be centering Wes Hawkins along with Cartwright and Barry. And on the ice for Buffalo will be Schalberg, Benner, Lang, Dungan, and Katsimitis for their power play. One back by Schalberg to Dunberg to Dungan, who controls. And to Benner. Benner's pass or shot deflects it out of the rink, and it'll be outside the zone here. And do it again. And this one's one back by Schalberg again, back to Benner. Katsimitis, a short little dump pass into the zone. Barry trying to get it out, does not get out, and now has another opportunity. He'll get it out past the neutral zone. Back to get it is Katsimitis, as he sets up behind the Buffalo net. Up to Schalberg. And Schalberg head up looking for a neutralized pass to Dungan off the mark. And that's shot all the way down by Cartwright. Bounces back to Palmer. And up through the neutral zone. Here's his Lang for Buffalo. Over the blue line and into the Seawolves end. Around Cartwright. And loses an edge and then just keeps going. Back behind the net. Looking for that give and go. That give and go was there, and that back pass just went wide. Back out to the that is off the moorings, but that pass was right out into the slot area. That was a set play by Buffalo. Seawolves can't change because they knocked the puck off the net, so they knocked the net off the moorings, I should say. 18:58 left to go. And the Seawolves on a penalty kill right now. No changes on the ice. So one change for the Buffalo squad. Kaufman's on the ice now on defense. And that face-off is won back again by Buffalo. This is over to Kaufman, who's controls in the slot area. Over to Benner. Back to Schalberg, and he gets the goal. And what Stony Brook didn't want to have happen has just happened. That power play goal, making it a 5-3, cutting the deficit to just 2. On kind of a set play. And a little chip shot by Schalberg over the left shoulder of Wilms.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what the coaching staff for Buffalo, the adjustments that they made in the locker room with systems and their lines. Because as you pointed out towards the end of the period, they were being dominated.
Right, and they look tired, and now they got the rest. So now it's going to be up to see whether Buffalo has the wherewithal to get back into this game. They definitely have the skill level. It's just a matter of whether they have the amount of time they need and keeping Stony Brook off the board, which is not easy to do in this game. All right, puck behind the Buffalo net. Back out to the point to Miller. Miller rips it, and it's glove saved by Palmer. You want to see Stony Brook maintain some kind of possession in the zone too. Not necessarily taking the first shot, but controlling the puck and making some plays and moving the puck around to get the Buffalo squad to move around more, have them chase more, and maybe opening up some better opportunities for scoring chances. This is back down to Kottkamp, who's got a hat trick already today. That's off the foot of Cassano and picked up by Buffalo. The puck is not quite out of the zone yet. And now it's going to be a hand pass. And the face-off back into the zone, Buffalo zone. Yeah. And this face-off will be to the left of Palmer again. No line changes here. And Cassano on the draw for the Seawolves. He's out there with Freely, Kottkamp, Miller, and Kavanaugh. And the puck dropped down and picked up by Buffalo. Buffalo won the face-off, but not out of the zone just yet. It's Kottkamp back to Miller, but Miller can't control. So Miller back over to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh to Kottkamp, back down to Miller, but an errant pass forced Miller lower. This is Kottkamp now. Pass out through the neutral zone, just too far and out of the reach of Cassano. Back to get it is Alex Miller. It's a touch pass out of the zone by Freely. And now this puck is shot all the way back in behind Wilms. Wilms trying to get it over to Miller. Miller picks up the puck now. And a cross-ice pass out of the zone to Freely. Ooh, nice move. Freely's got a 3-on-1. If you get pass across, it's a score. Yes, indeed. That's Ryan Kottkamp's 4th goal of the game from Freely. That combination has been almost deadly today, as the Stony Brook Seawolves quickly get that goal back and lead 6-3 now. Back to a 3-goal lead. Can't blame Palmer on that one. That's an almost indefensible goal. Moving that puck across the crease, and a touch by Kottkamp put the puck right in. All right, face-off center ice. Gervasi with Amodio and Bozer. This is with Bowser Fury and Foster on D. Gervasi now battling in the neutral zone. Puck set all the way back behind the Seawolves zone. Behind the net, this is Bowser Fury back past Foster. Foster back to Bowser Fury. And up the boards, but no one home there. Ripped on goal, and a save made by Wilms. As Sanchez gets a little up close personal with Pat Foster. And we may have a couple of penalties here as Cahill, our referee, tries to take advantage of actually trying to control the game before it gets out of control. So Sanchez and Foster will sit for 2. Not a bad penalty call to make, simply because the coaches will be aggravated with the players for taking those penalties this late in the game. We'll be skating 4 aside for the next 2 minutes. 17:02 left to go in the 3rd period. You're watching Seawolves Hockey Live. Andy Mignani here with Leah Winfield, and you're tuning in. We appreciate it. And you're watching a good game here. Back to the point. Casamaitis over to Duncan. Rips one, and a save made by Wilms. They had Benner right on the doorstep there, waiting for the rebound. This is Cartwright for the Seawolves, up to Hall through the neutral zone. Hall with a stretch pass to Bociccio. Just missed him. And Bociccio squeezed off by Duncan. And this is Schalberg now, skating in, dumps in behind the Seawolves net. Picked up by Barry, who sends it down to Cartwright. Cartwright up the boards, looking for Bociccio, but he didn't find it. But it's Hall now through the neutral zone and racing in, shooting high and wide. Cartwright pinching in, and the puck scooting past him. Picked up by Barry now. He'll control on the Seawolves end, and he'll send a pass up to Bociccio. Cross-ice pass to Hall. A little behind him. As Hall goes in for the puck and tries to control it. And he's got control of it. Big check by Barry. And Robinson on the boards here. I don't know what that was all about, but Robinson and having a little coup d'etat here with Barry, but I think we're okay. No calls made on the play there. Still 4-on-4 for another 43 seconds. Face off to the left of Palmer. And the Buffalo coach is having a conversation with the referee, Cahill. And I think we got everything worked out here. Face off to the left of Palmer. And face-off is one back, but picked up by Robinson as he skates through the neutral zone for Buffalo. And fires one right on goal. Wilms picks it up.
If you happen to look at the Buffalo coaching staff, they are not happy right now. Down 3 goals.
Yeah, I tend to sense that Coach Valvo is not happy with a couple of his players on the bench.
Yeah.
It's not more the referees' calls or non-calls. I think he's got a couple of guys he's having some issues with. So, look, a good coach will work that out. Players will understand the coach's frustration. One way or the other, they figure it out. So, it's usually when you're sitting a little bit longer than you should be, and that's usually how they get their message across. All right, this is Brewster now in the neutral zone. He dumps in. Kavanaugh in the zone here, and then he sends it over to Brewster. Brewster's making a nice move and tries to get the puck past the D. Now we're all even, 5-on-5. And this is Haynes losing control of it. This is Kotkamp. Kotkamp's still going strong here, maybe going for number 5. It's Cassano down to Freely. Freely loses the handle, gets it to Kotkamp. Kotkamp's got control of the puck. This line has clearly been the best line of the day. This is Kotkamp now over to Freely. Nice play here. Down to Cassano. Good cycling. They got Buffalo chasing, which is what you want to do here. And controlling the puck very well. Cassano almost with an opportunity. Kotkamp ripping again, and it's saved off the toe. And Root trying to get control of it. Can't do it. It's back to the point to Joseph, who rips one right off the blocker. Hard shot by Joseph. Nice play here. Balsafura using his reach. And back to Cassano now. Cassano has it. And he sends it to Balsafura, who rips one high. Blockered away. It was definitely going top shelf. Blocked away by Palmer. This is Root with a shot right on. A big save. And Joseph laying out Root after the shot. Faceoff will be to the left of Wilms. 13:50 left to go in the third period. Stony Brook out shooting the Buffalo squad by 5, 30-25. As Buffalo's shots are starting to add up here. And we got a false start on the faceoff. And toss for the faceoff circle was Gervaisi, and Bosa will take the draw. And the faceoff is, let's see who it's won by. And right now it's nobody. And now Buffalo picks up the puck. Here's a rip shot. Ooh. Wilms got a piece of it. Sailed over the top of the net. And that puck is knocked down in front. Hand pass. It was actually off the shoulder of Cartwright, not a hand pass, but the referee Cahill saw it as a hand pass, so the faceoff will go back into the Seagull zone. A lot of stoppages in this period. This period's not flowing as freely as the first two did, but there seems to be, giving teams a chance to catch their breath a little bit and taking the intensity down a little bit, which I guess is against Stony Brook, I would think, but considering they've had the advantage in today's game with the intensity. Right, nice play out of the zone there. Nice passing. Here comes Bozer. Bozer trying to make a play at Demodio, but save nonetheless by Palmer. And Gervaisi's pulled off the puck by Schalberg. Trying to get back into the play. It's being held up. And Robinson gets it in the zone, and his shot was blocked. Stony Brook controlling the puck. This is Barry now. He's turned around, and Amodio gets the puck out of the zone. This will be an icing, and they will not be able to change. Icing on the Stony Brook Seawolves, as that shift was pretty intense from Buffalo. And Buffalo takes advantage, and they'll change up. And they'll come back with Lang, Sanchez, and Carey, along with Katsimitis and Bergstall. Face off to the right of Wilms. One back by the Seawolves. This is Miller controlling the puck. Up the boards to Bozert, but the attempt failed. Here comes Cartwright now down the other side. And he'll get it out as Bociccio just chipped it out. This is Sanchez now trying to get the puck in the zone. That's a delay. Should have been a delayed offsides there. But nonetheless, this is Cartwright now. Nice cross-ice pass. Nice defensive play there by Bergstall. This is Goodell throwing it behind the net to Hall. Hall controls the puck. Up to Kavanaugh at the point. Kavanaugh over to Miller. And down low, deflection. Oh, just missed. Good save there. Good pad save there by Palmer. Sanchez coming in now for Buffalo. And the shot was on, and Lang had a follow-up shot that Wilms made the save on. 12:05 left to go in the third period. You're watching Seawolves Hockey Live. Thanks for tuning in today. I'll wait to hear from our producer as far as when our next simulcast will be. And we'll let you know that soon. The puck has come down into the Seawolves end. Oh, and a shot right on, saved by Wilms. We got a little bit of a battle going on down low behind the net there. Our next broadcast will be October 5th, as the Seawolves will face a good opponent, University of Delaware. Should be a good matchup. October 5th, we'll be back on the air.
And today's game is sponsored by Bon Appetito, located right down Terry Road. Bon Appetito.
Alrighty, I think we got a couple more penalties coming. And maybe just to the Seawolves at this time. It looks like JT Hall will sit for 2 minutes. Face will be the left of Wilms. And killing on the PK for Stony Brook is Dureski, Brewster, Miller, and Kavanaugh. Back to get it is Miller as he swings and misses. Kavanaugh trying to get it out. Actually, Dureski trying to get it out. Oh, shot right on. Another save by Wilms. As this is where Buffalo realizes they've got to come through if they're going to make a game out of this with still most of the period left in time. Plenty of time for them to come back. So they know this is an opportunity for them, so they're going to be pushing hard here. Seawolves got to use smart defense and defend well. This is Brewster now breaking in shorthanded with Dureski. Pass to Dureski. He scores! Nick Dureski switching the stick angle, getting it on the backhand and putting it past Palmer. Stony Brook shorthanded goal. 7-4. And the coach is not happy on the Buffalo bench, and he knows it. He's got some players there that are just getting reamed out, but he's got a young squad. He knows he's got to work with these guys. This is a good team, this Buffalo team. Stony Brook is enjoying this right now. Tough game last night, pulled it out, and today a little bit more of a solid team effort all around. All right.
Seawolves shorthanded goal, scored by number 91, Nick Dureski. Time to goal. French assisted by number 25, Sam Brewster. Time to goal, 11:13 remaining.
All right, Dureski from Brewster.
Dureski from Brewster, shorthanded with 11:13 remaining.
All right, shorthanded goal by Nick Dureski. So power play goals, shorthanded goals, specialty teams, as you mentioned, Leah, is a big part of today's game, and then, you know, it definitely is. Seawolves are taking advantage of both, so. I know the Seawolves last year scored a bunch of shorthanded goals last year as well. Now we got a whistle as Chris Joseph's helmet's popped off.
Today's raffle drawing, so get your tickets out. Ticket number.
And in speaking with Coach Valvo yesterday, he did mention that they graduated about 105 goals.
Yeah, 3
collectively.
players contributed to 100 and something goals last year that they don't know. That's why they had a record that they had and won their division. I didn't win the division. They won their their playoff.
Yeah.
Niagara won their division, but they won the playoff. All right, and a shot saved in front by Wilms. 10 minutes and 11 seconds left to go as this period is really starting to drag out. But tough games, you know, sometimes have a way of doing that. Right now, Buffalo is a mountain to climb to get back into this game. But
It really shows the character of the team because.
But they've done it. They've done it. They were down 3 goals to Kinesis and came back to win that game. So there's a quick shot there by Sanchez. Really good quick hand, low backhand shot. And a save by Wilms. Had to be ready for it. And Wilms has been good. You know, he's played well in this game. He's made some good saves. I mean, you know, without creating huge fanfare, he's made some nice saves. And now Palmer gets it to Pliska. And in the neutral zone, that's Chris Joseph. And he'll control all the way back to the Seawolves zone. Sanchez right on. And he'll give it up to Foster for the Seawolves, and he'll hoist it into the neutral zone. This is Kaufman. Back to Sanchez. Sanchez through the neutral zone on Foster. Backhander in front and knocked away by the Seawolves. And knocked down by Joseph. As possessions are changing quite rapidly. This is Amodio skating in, putting one on. Actually just scooted wide past Palmer. Down behind the net is Amodio again controlling. And a shot. Didn't get to the net by Gervaisi as he got dumped. And picked up by Barry. Barry cross-ice pass to his defensive partner, Cartwright. And that's just past Miller. Back to Cartwright. Cartwright lets it rip down low. Bociccio with the rebound there. Almost got one in. This is Hall to Goodell. Fires one on, and it's off the pads of Palmer. 8:27 left to go in the third period. And that's pumped all the way in. Picked up by Duncan. Chased down by Goodell. And Duncan knocks Goodell down. But you got to appreciate the intensity. All right. Down low, that's Haynes controlling it. Over to Benner. Benner up through the neutral zone. Chased down by Hall. And he'll just dump in cross ice. And off the boards and out into the neutral zone by Balzafury. Balzafury gloves it down and controls it. He'll get it back to Kavanaugh behind the net, and Kavanaugh skates out with it. Nice pass up to Bociccio. Bociccio touch pass to Goodell, but broken up by Bergstall and dumped in by Robinson for Buffalo. Kavanaugh with the puck now. And he'll turn around and go back behind the net. As he skates out. Tries to make a move around Schallberg. Schallberg, good defensive play there, taking that puck away. Now takes the puck. And the save made by Wilms as Schallberg vying for his second of the game. .7:17 left to go. Stony Brook Seawolves 7, University of Buffalo 3. Face off to the right of Wilms. And Kotkamp wins the draw and off to the races. Here comes Freely through the neutral zone and dumps in. Freely's out there now with Bozer and Kotkamp. A little bit of a change of lines here. Wristed right on goal. Miller saved through the screen by Palmer. Now this is Bozer forechecking for the Seawolves, getting it to Kotkamp. Kotkamp looking for Freely. This is Miller now controlling. He'll just throw it across the crease, and it's dumped behind the net. Trying to get it out. Kotkamp just steals that puck. And in the neutral zone, this is Freely now. 2-on-1 with Kotkamp. Could this be number 5? Oh, a save by Palmer. And that puck is hoisted out. I'm not sure what the record is for goals for Stony Brook Seawolf, but that would be something to be looking at.
Yeah.
Right now, the shots on goal in the favor of the Stony Brook Seawolves at 37, 29 for the Buffalo squad. So
it's definitely in harmony with the score on the board right now.
No doubt. All right, Pliska now with the puck for Buffalo, sends it up to the neutral zone. Barry has it now. Barry sends in, and Kaufman tries to hit him with a low blow there, but Barry just shaked it off. All right, now here comes Lang. Lang is trying to get puck around Cartwright, gets it into the Stony Brook zone, picked up by Barry. Barry up the boards to Brewster, who's got Dureski, and Hawkins screaming down the, and Wesley Hawkins puts it in, and that's number 8. Wesley Hawkins just sniped it right through the pads of the goaltender, who's probably seen more shots than he wants to see today. Oh. It's going to be a long bus ride home, unfortunately for Buffalo, but listen, these are the games you learn by. Coaches will tell players it's a learning experience. These are learning experiences. You're playing against a pretty skilled team. The Seawolves are a skilled team. At least they've shown us so far. We'll see how the rest of the season goes, but right now they're looking pretty good. Shot by Hawkins into the corner, off the glove. Saved by Palmer. That shot went off of Duncan. I think Duncan is hurt, but he didn't come off the ice because that's the kind of player he is. Look at, he's going to wind and shoot a puck. And after taking one hard off his leg, he got hurt somehow with the puck or something. And he got hit in the neck. Somehow or another, the puck hit him in the neck. All right, that puck is now saved by Wilms, as we were keeping an eye on Duncan to see if he was okay. Was holding his throat. Face-off now is going to be, we got a penalty call. It'll be a slash. So Gervaisi's going to go off for 2 for slashing at 5:10 left to go in the third period. And the Stony Brook Seawolves have a 5-goal lead. They've opened this game up. 8-3 is the score at this time. Face off to the right of Wilms. One back, out of the zone. As Castamaitis could not hold it in. And he'll skate behind the net and regroup. Triumph stretch pass.
Number 29, Matt Gervassi. 2 minutes slashing. Time of penalty. 5:10 remaining. Third period.
This is Schallberg now controlling it up to Castamaitis, over to Kaufman. Kaufman, wrist shot, knocked down by Miller. And Miller gets it out. Here comes Hall in on a breakaway. All alone is Hall. He shoots, and a save by Palmer. JT Hall vying for his first goal. And this is Castamaitis now out through the neutral zone, and he dumps in, but knocked down by Foster, who will just send it all the way down and on goal as the Seawolves go for a change. Controlled by Kaufman behind the net, and Kaufman's up to Castamaitis. Cross-ice pass over to Carey, and it was just out of reach. This is Hall now sending it down. And dumping it all the way down. 40 seconds left to go on the PK for Stony Brook, who have already scored a shorthanded goal here today. And Wilms will just hold down and get the face-off. Joseph is challenged by Lang and Sanchez, and all right, we've got 3:42 left to go in the third. And faceoff will be to the right of Wilms. It's Ryan Kottkamp out there on the draw. He's out there with Goodell, Joseph, and actually Dureski, I think. I'm sorry. No, he's out there with Freely. And faceoff won back by Kottkamp. This is Joseph. Chris Joseph with the puck. Gets it to Kottkamp to Freely. Freely shot blocked down by Dungan, who's back on the ice. Face-off will be to the left.
Today's game is sponsored by Bon Appetito, located right down Terry Road.
All right, face-off to the left of Palmer. Kottkamp wins the draw to Freely. Freely to Kottkamp. Controlling play, shorthanded. Up and off the stick and down the ice, but Wilms is there to pick it up, and Wilms will control it, and he'll get it to Foster. Foster's trying to get it up the boards. He's surrounded by two Buffalo players. Now in comes Freely. Kottkamp trying to win that battle behind the net. He's dumped. And now a stick comes up and unfortunately hits the Buffalo player, so Kottkamp's going to get a high sticking penalty for not knowing where his stick was at the time. Maybe he did know where it was, but he's going to get a high sticking call here. 2 minutes and 51 seconds left to go in the game. I think Ryan Kottkamp was trying to get that fifth goal, but I don't think it's going to happen. You still have another 50 seconds or so left to get it when he comes out of the box. But face-off will be to the left of Wilms. Seawolves will be short-handed again. And this is J.T. Hall with Bociccio along with Miller and Barry on defense. Controlled by Benner. Benner to Castamaitis. Puts a shot, deflected wide. Barry ties up his player, Robinson, and out into the neutral zone. No, it's behind the net. Trying to get up to the point to Plisker. Over to Robinson. Robinson rips one, right on goal. Saved by Wilms. Shots at this point are at 40 for Stony Brook and 31 for Buffalo. 2:25 left to go in the third period. Face off to the left of Wilms. One back by Buffalo. Back to Castamaitis. Over to Benner. Benner has it down. Looking for a cross-ice feed over to Pliska, but just deflected into the corner. Picked up by J.T. Hall and battling with Pliska to try to get it out, and he scoots it out into the neutral zone. And then Pliska's going to take 2 minutes for a trip on Hall. So it's getting a little rough at the end of the game here, but this tends to happen sometimes. It's actually a roughing call on Pliska. Face-off will be in the Buffalo zone. I'm sure some of you have noticed, but the Stony Brook Seawolves have gotten new jerseys this year. We like them because we got the names on the back. You may like them because it's easier to know who the players are, Nice play there by Foster. It's going to be an offsides play. Good play by Foster. Even though he lost an edge, he still created that offside opportunity that could have turned into a breakaway. So the jerseys are really neat. They're new. They're colorful. Red, white, with their names on it. Looks like they got some new pants and socks as well. So we like the new uniforms. We hope you like them too. All right, Cartwright is getting manhandled in the corner there. Nobody's making any calls. I mean, this has definitely got to be a call here. Yeah. So Cartwright's doing a good job keeping his head in the game and not getting defensive here. This is JT Hall. And now the touch-up, and now the penalty will be called. We got a hit to the back of the head. 1:34 left to go. Seawolves will actually be on the man advantage here. They'll be on the power play for the remainder of the game. Yeah, it'll be 4-on-3, and it'll be 4-on-4. And it'll be 5-on-3 after 43 seconds. All right. This is Dureski on the draw. He'll be taking the face-off. He's got Wesley Hawkins with him, as well as Barry and Miller. This is Hawkins up to Barry, across to Miller. Miller walks in, rips it, and saved by Palmer.
Buffalo penalty to number 11, Matt Navarro. 2 minutes head contact. Time of penalty, 1:34 remaining. Third period. That's Navarro. 2 for head contact with 1:34 remaining.
And we got another call. Now Kaufman goes off for another penalty that won't start until one of them. Yeah, basically 5-on-3 for the rest of the game for the Seawolves. And back to the point to Miller. This is Barry now controlling down low to Hawkins, who sends it over to Dureski, back to Miller, back to Barry, who puts one on, but the shot is blocked. And Dureski now skates in. Shoots it and scores. Nick Dureski with a low ripper, making it 9-3 as the Stony Brook Seawolves just keep bringing it on. Yeah, we've got a 4-on-3 for another 9 seconds, and then we go 5-on-3 once that penalty to Kottkamp is expired. Frustrating for the Buffalo team. They came in looking good in this first period in this game, and by the time the second period came around, they just didn't have the energy that Stony Brook brought in, and Stony Brook just steamrolled it. This is Cartwright controlling for the Seawolves. Under a minute left to go in the game. Cross-ice pass to Kottkamp, looking for number 5, trying to find it, can't. But he's out there trying to get it, so this is over to Cartwright. Cartwright here back to Kottkamp. Kottkamp with the puck. Cross-ice pass over to Foster. Had a little trouble controlling it. He'll get it over to Kottkamp, I'm sure, as he does. And back to Foster, looking for that one-timer. And Pat Foster rips it, and it's loose. Rebound by Bozer is deflected. 18 seconds left to go. Foster with the puck. No look pass to Bozer. Puts it on. And this puck is fired all the way down, and that'll be the end of the game, folks, because the Stony Brook Seawolves will not be having time to get up the ice. And that'll do it. Final score. The Stony Brook Seawolves 9, University of Buffalo 3. So the Stony Brook Seawolves begin their 2013-14 season with a 2-0 record. University of Buffalo goes to 2-2, and we've got a good squad in front of us. We're looking at the Stony Brook team. Buffalo's a good team. We know they're good. We'll find out more as the weeks go on ahead. We'll be back October 5th for our next broadcast as the teams will meet in center ice and shake hands. And Buffalo can't get on that bus soon enough to get out of here, I'm sure. But nonetheless, we are very impressed with what we saw today.
Definitely. I mean, Buffalo played as hard as they could, but eventually the adjustments that Stony Brook did make were able to figure out the team. Were able to break through that forecheck and that stifling defense that we kept speaking about.
Yep, and again, I think the calls today there were a little bit more penalties called on both sides. So I thought it was evenly called. I thought referee Cahill did a good job. Some of these guys know each other from other areas. You see number 19, that's I don't even have a name on him, but he's on the Buffalo squad talking to the backup goaltender for today for the Seawolves, Dan Schneider. All in all, good showing for the Seawolves for the first 2 games of the season. We look forward to seeing you all again October 5th. Meanwhile, follow the team at StonyBrookHockey.com when they hit the road and play other places as well. We don't follow the team, of course, but all the home games will be broadcasted live in high definition. So, Andy Mignani and Leah Winfield, Trevor Mignani and Kevin O'Rourke, we bid you a good day. See you soon.